My name is Elena. I am 23 years old. I live in a crowded city where millions of people pass each other every day, but no one really sees anyone. I rent a small room on the top floor of an old building. The stairs are broken. The walls are thin. In winter, cold air comes through the cracks. In summer, the heat feels heavy and slow. I work as a street painter. I paint small pictures on shop windows. I paint flowers, words, and simple designs. Sometimes I paint signs for cafes or tiny stores. My hands are often tired. My back hurts most nights. The money I earn is just enough to survive, not enough to dream. I have no family. My parents died when I was young. I grew up moving from place to place. I learned early how to be quiet, how to stay small, how to survive alone. I don't complain. I don't ask for help. I wake up every morning, wash my face, and go to work. My room has one bed, one chair, and a small table. I own very few things. One bag of clothes, a box of paints, a notebook where I write my thoughts when I feel too heavy inside. At night, when the city becomes quiet, I sometimes cry into my pillow. Not loudly, just enough to breathe again. This was my life. Simple, lonely, hard, until one cold morning changed everything. That day, I was painting the front window of a small bookstore near a cafe. Rain fell softly from the sky. My shoes were wet. My fingers felt numb. I focused on the glass, drawing small flowers with slow care. Then I noticed someone watching me. I looked to the side and saw an older man sitting inside the cafe. He had silver hair and calm eyes. He was reading a book, but sometimes he looked up at me through the window. When our eyes met, I looked away quickly. I wasn't used to attention. When I finished my work, I cleaned my brushes. As I turned to leave, the cafe door opened. The man stepped outside. "You work with great patience," he said softly. His voice was warm, not loud. I nodded politely. "Thank you," I replied. He smiled, then went back inside. That was all. The next day, I returned to paint another shop nearby. The same man walked past. He stopped, smiled, and raised his hand in greeting. Later, he came out of the cafe and placed a small cup of tea beside me. "It's cold today," he said. "This will help." I hesitated, then accepted it. "Thank you," I said quietly. That tea warmed more than my hands. It warmed something inside me. From that day on, he came often. Sometimes with tea, sometimes with bread, sometimes with flowers from his garden. He never asked personal questions. He never crossed a line. He just talked gently, like someone who respected silence. His name was Daniel. He told me he lived alone in a quiet house near the edge of the city. He liked books, gardening, and simple days. He listened when I spoke, truly listened. No one had ever done that before. Slowly, I began to wait for him. I checked the cafe door more than I wanted to admit. When he smiled, my heart felt lighter. One afternoon, he grew serious. "Elena," he said, Life has been unkind to you. I didn't answer. I don't want anything from you, he continued, but I would like to help, if you allow me. I looked at the ground. Help was a dangerous word. That night, I couldn't sleep. The next day, he gave me a letter. He asked me to read it when I felt ready. In the letter, he wrote honestly. He said he admired my strength. He said he wanted to support me, not control me. He said he wished to marry me not out of need, but out of respect and care. My hands shook. Marriage was not a dream for me. Love felt like a story for other people. I thought for many days. I walked the city streets alone. I asked myself hard questions. Was I afraid? Yes. Was I tired of surviving alone? Also, yes. When I finally said yes, there were no celebrations, no loud joy, just quiet acceptance. We married simply. No crowd, no music, just a promise. Daniel's house was small but warm, filled with books, plants, and sunlight. He gave me my own room. He gave me space. He never rushed me, never made me feel owned. Days passed gently. We shared meals. We shared silence. Slowly, I began to feel safe. For the first time in my life, I slept without fear. I helped in the garden. He taught me how to grow herbs. I showed him how to paint simple designs on wood. We laughed at small mistakes. People talked, of course. Some said I married for money. Some judged the age difference. Their words hurt, but less and less each day. Because inside the house, there was kindness. One evening, I asked him, "Why me?" He answered, "Because you are real." Time did its quiet work. I began to smile more. I stood taller. I painted again, not for survival, but for joy. I loved him. And when I finally said it, he smiled like a man who had been waiting patiently. Years will pass, life will change, but what we built was slow and strong. I learned something important. Love does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it comes softly, with tea on a cold morning. Sometimes it grows from respect, not desire. Sometimes it saves two lonely people at the same time. And if you are listening to my story, remember this. You are not weak for needing help. You are not broken because of your past. And real love never takes, it gives. This is my story, and it changed my life. Thanks for watching Pro English Stories.